waiting for it. Kept waiting for the rodent in Queen. Didn't hear that either, but great kid day game, really loud crowd, inspiration. Our former WNBA assistant coach Danielle Viglione talked after the game, seeing all those players that look up to these amazing women on both teams wearing jerseys of players that are out there playing is such an inspiration and such a platform for these players. Danielle didn't have that when the league started and when she played in 97. And, you can take a step back and really be amazed that all those children are out watching these amazing women. It's fun. Big win for us, a big start to a homestand. Loved how hard we played, even as we got fatigued. We just really competed, and I loved how hard we competed against two of the best players in the world in their positions, in Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston. Held them to 2 points combined in the second half. Team effort on both of them, making other players on the Fever roster step up, and which they did. But to hold Mitchell of Boston combined 2 points in the second half, true credit to that locker room, our game plan, and their fight. Azare and De'Erica probably won't get written about because of how outstanding Nneka and Jordan have been in this series, but their defensive effort and physicality on Boston over these two games was impressive, and happy to see that between Azare and De'Erica. We don't win this series without their effort on Boston.
So, Coach, you brought up the defensive end. Only one quarter you guys gave up over 20 points. How can you, get this effort out of the ladies' game every game?
Yeah, I felt like there was a fight and determination. We weren't perfect, and perfection's impossible, but I feel like they're getting more comfortable with each other. I think they're getting comfortable with our schemes. It's nice to have the tenacity of Lasia back. I think we're growing together, and it's going to take some time. And New York has weapons everywhere, and so our defense will really, really be challenged. But we'll prepare and start that preparation on Saturday. We'll take a look at them these next 2 days in their back-to-back and see what we can come up with.
So yesterday, the other game before, Vivian's, Mitchell, and Boston had a big game, but now this game, Vivian's, Mitchell kept running control. What was the key factor between this game compared to the other game?
Yeah, I thought it was again not a ton of different schemes. The schemes were pretty similar between Tuesday and Thursday. Honestly, it was our congestion, it was our focus, it was the physicality and knowing what we wanted to accomplish. I thought we had a productive film session between games that showed ways which they tried to exploit us, and I thought we were ready for it. And I loved our fight tonight.
Money? Coach Amani, it was one insider. For you, could you talk about Jasmine Thomas's performance tonight? She really looked like, she was getting more comfortable on the floor. She was shooting the ball. She was driving to the basket. Could you talk about her performance tonight?
Yeah, really happy, shouted her out in the locker room. Obviously, Jasmine's been, my leader for a long, long time. I haven't coached in this league without her, by my side. So as a head coach, so it was her best game in a Sparks uniform, best game coming back from her knee. She's only going to continue to get better, but I thought getting to the rim, getting an and one early in that first half gave her some confidence. She stepped up and made a big three on a kick out for us. She's a really talented shooter. It doesn't show her percentages this year, but she's a talented catch and shoot player. So happy for her. I know she's pressing to be Jasmine Thomas, and we all have a lot of empathy and compassion on coming back from an ACL. So proud of her tonight. The team recognized it. The coaching staff recognized it. I hope she can, keep that up. She'll give us another dynamic player if she can.
Fredo?
Coach Fredo here with Fan TV. How do you evaluate Zia Cooke's performance today, even though, she did not have a very good shooting percentage out there, but how do you evaluate that part?
Yeah, I think Zia is getting better and better, and really happy with her effort. And just got to keep getting her confidence that the shot's going to come around and she's going to find more efficiency. And then challenge her to keep taking good shots. Like, she missed the shot, but she worked on a move. She used a move in a game that we've been working on in practice. I was so excited that she pulled it out. It was the right move at the right time. She didn't get it to fall, but it's those little things that we've got to support. She took something from the practice floor, used it in a game, and it was the right time to use it. So, again, I think her future, she's got a future. She's got to find ways to find efficiency shooting the basketball, but the effort should never wane. And that's what I'm seeing her grow. At times early on when she wasn't making shots, maybe her effort wasn't as good as or what we needed. And today, regardless of what the shooting percentages are, she continued to play hard the whole time.
John?
Coach, can you talk about the constant that Nneka Ogwumike has been this season? In particular, these last 2 games, she's raised her season average in scoring above 20 points now. She came into the series averaging about 19.3, and I'm sure it's well above 20 now.
Yeah, and the interesting thing, John, tonight is we talked as a team, and there's times where everything runs through Nneka. And at times we may not have a flow because we try so hard to get her touches, and understandably and rightfully so, one of the most efficient players ever in this league. We talked about playing in actions with other people and then playing more with her on the back end. And so not as much attention early. And, I wondered how it was all going to play out today. We didn't always put her in first actions. We didn't always make her the emphasis point early in the shot clock. And she was just as efficient, and maybe even our offense flowed better. So, that's why you listen to players at this level. At the collegiate level, it's a little bit more controlled by the coaching staffs. At this level, you listen to players. They are the ones that talked about maybe playing away from Nneka early so you come back late. And I thought we were good today doing that. And again, Nneka, so efficient and, really had another good scoring game.
Sounds like what you're describing to me is the essence of an MVP player.
Absolutely. I mean, you heard it, from some of the children, some of the young people out there chanting MVP. Most valuable players in this league tend to always be in top 3 teams in the league. We're not there. We probably can't get there by the end of the season, but I'll put her play and what her value is to our team up against anyone and what she means to us right now.
Yes, hi, Coach Rico Cabrera, Stellar Sports Team. To follow up on John's, not so much of a question, but the accolades that are coming towards Jordan Canada, number 21, is really making the impression as a quarterback in that sense of the game of football as well, but quarterback position. Talk about what she has meant to the team and following up from buzzer, the game winner, to another strong performance tonight.
Yeah, great back-to-back, games for her. Again, 21 and 7, 20 and 10 the other night. So you do the math, 20 and basically 8.5 these 2 games. But then you ask her to run around with Kelsey Mitchell, arguably, one of the top few off guards in the world, and the tempo that Kelsey Mitchell plays with, and what Jordan, has to expend at that end and do what she did at the offensive end is impressive. The other thing that helps us is, out of necessity with some of the injuries to Katie Lou, or the pregnancy to Katie Lou Samuelson, and the season-ending injury to Stephanie Talbot, we've had to have more ball handling. But more ball handling allows Jordan to play off the ball at times offensively and get a quick break while Lasia or Jasmine Thomas bring up the ball. We put intentionally Jordan off the ball tonight more than we have in a lot of games, just to catch a few seconds every possession of breath before once again putting her in actions. And again, just she's having a great year. Can't be written about what she means to us, but again, in this league, a lot of people vote for defensive players of the year that rebound and block shots. But what Jordan does on a nightly basis defensively, there's very few guards that are as good in this league defensively as her.
One final follow-up on that, Coach. Give us a capsule of you and Jordan talking, maybe apart from the rest of the crew, but you and her having like a private conversation, but in the heat of battle.
Yeah, our relationship's really growing, and it's interesting. How does that happen? You go to a dinner and you talk about nothing about basketball. You beg and beg and beg for UCLA gear, and then you send her, and then you send her a picture when the UCLA gear comes through, and you build camaraderie in weird ways, and it's that kind of banter that we've started. Now I meet with her every pregame before we go back, to have a team talk. We meet at around the 50-minute mark before the start of games and go over, again, buckets of plays that I think will be successful against the type of defense our opponents are. I talk about, how I think we can be successful. So we're having a one-on-one. Today, we watch film at that 50-minute mark of a couple moves that I think really suit her and I would like to see her use. And I was showing her through film the differences. So our relationship's really growing and budding, and you need that with your point guard. And it's going to continue. There's a lot more that we can continue to do, but she's the quarterback out there, and there's trust building between us for sure.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I got a couple things. Sorry. NECA passed Alicia Milton-Jones or tied her, I don't know, to move into 12th place all time in rebounds tonight. De'Erica grabbed her 1,500 career rebound today. Just a couple. And you guys mentioned that was my 250th game in this league. Very fortunate to coach that long in this league.